And I thought the guys responded well. We did do some live tackling. We feel like we needed to tackle a little bit more out in space. So we set some drills up that would allow us to do that. And that was valuable. Of course, during that time that it's live, you're allowed to block below the waist, and it allows our offensive players to try to perfect that, and it helps our defensive players learn how to play the cut block, so that's good. But a lot of good energy today, and a lot of good things happened. I think there was 4 interceptions. That's good for the defense. Can't remember who threw all the picks, but and there's probably at least 2 others that should have gotten picked. So got too many of those going out there, but it's a good sign for the defense when they put enough pressure on the quarterback to call some of those types of throws. But other than that, I'll just let you all ask whatever you want to ask.
I was going back and looking at the tape from the scrimmage. Now, you were a little bit miffed, I guess, about the turnovers on Wednesday. Do you think that kind of changed your
Well,
mind?
the biggest thing on the turnovers was quarterbacks basically realizing they're in green. I mean, in a black jersey now, what's non-contact jersey. And so I think some of it they were relaxing a little bit. I think they'd have better ball security. They knew they were going to get hit. But it just seemed like every time they got touched, the ball was out. And when you scramble or you step up in the pocket, whatever it is, you got to have 2 hands on the ball, firmly on the ball. They know that fundamental, and they just didn't do a very good job. But that was the worst of it. Only one ball really got knocked out of a running back's hand. And then the interceptions. Like I said, one was really, I thought, just a great play by Corey Moore. Wasn't necessarily a bad decision or a bad throw. Sometimes a guy just makes a great play. The other couple were just what I call turning a bad play into a catastrophe sometimes. Let's say I think one was a bad snap from the shotgun, and the quarterback had to go jump high to get it or had to go scramble to pick it up, and he's running to the right. You just throw it out of bounds. You get rid of it. And he throws it out there where somebody's got a chance offensively, but as it turns out, it got intercepted. If it's a bad play, then it's okay to punt once in a while. Don't turn it into a catastrophe like you did. So, but I will say I'll say when the ball was snapped, guys were flying around pretty good. There were a few loafs, but not a lot of loafs. I think what kind of got me a little bit miffed was in between plays. The guys weren't hustling off the field like they should, or maybe hustling on the field. They just didn't seem as excited about getting in there and playing. Maybe that probably got under my skin a little bit. But I will say when the ball was snapped, they did get after it pretty good. That's what's most important. But you just want it to look a little bit sharper than it was.
We haven't seen injury report yet, but we saw Tavares, or did not see Tavares. Right.
They gonna get their report?
Yeah, it's be coming up momentarily.
Okay. That's coming. It's my new response.
How does that affect the wide receiver position?
It affected them today. I don't know if it'll affect it much longer this camp. I don't think it's anything serious. While I was at it, I really
Read the report.
It'll be 2 weeks till the first game tomorrow.
right.
Is there somebody that's kind of jumped out at you as a pleasant surprise, something in that category you want to single out?
Well, I think David Andrews has had a good camp. To me, he's solidified that job. I think. I think the freshmen in general have done a nice job of competing. I'm not saying they're all going to start and all that kind of thing, but they competed well, and they've really been. They seem to really care about their role on the special teams as well. And I think our veterans have done a good job of kind of treating them, like a little brother, and helping them along and encouraging and teaching. And I think a lot of them have responded to the point where they're going to get some playing time.
Was there some uncertainty whether David was going to win that job? Did he have to have a good August?
Well, we're just trying to find the best combination of five. We went into camp hoping that he would be the guy. I would say, the next best candidate, in my opinion, was going to be Burnett. So if you put Burnett in there, would David really become a guard, or would you now have another situation there? So I think it's the best combination for Georgia for him to be the center, and he came through. I thought he did a good job.
I'm not sure how, I can't remember how we left this, but Colton, has there been an update on him? Has he been cleared yet?
There's no update.
And
Nothing new.
If something happens on that, would y'all announce it, like if he got
I
cleared
would
today?
think. I don't want
Or you want to keep a strategic advantage?
no, I would think as soon as we knew that he was cleared to play, that it would be something we would want to tell everybody. We'd be excited about to tell. We're still trying to rep him enough to keep him ready as we can without taking away from guys that we know are eligible to play. So it's kind of a touchy deal, but he's getting a lot of good work with the two units, so it's good. He can practice, so he'll be practicing to try to stay fresh. Try to stay game ready as he can.
Do you feel like you're starting to get close and feeling comfortable with who you got at the kick returner and punt returner jobs?
I don't know if we're ready on that. I spent a lot more time on protection and covering kicks, and I'll be honest with you, I was watching a lot more of that than who might be the returner, and we really haven't had many. We did have a couple live kicks on the scrimmage the other day, but we actually had Sheldon Dawson in there because we wanted to see what a young guy could do in a game type situation. We've seen Brandon Smith do it before, and some other guys playing games before, so we allowed him to do it because he's got potential to do it. He did that kind of thing in high school.
Do you anticipate that maybe being something that you give a lot of guys a shot, maybe on September 1st?
It could be. If we think it's close enough, we'll try to give more than one guy an opportunity.
Was there anybody that really stood out to you today? We heard some oohs and ahs on offense, and then heard you give Marlon Brown a compliment earlier. Anybody that really stood out to you today?
Erdman had a great run on a little swing pass. We were going live, and we had I don't know who it was. I think it was either Sean Jones or Rambo or Sanders. One of those three big dudes just took our receiver and just knocked him on his rear end, and the guy basically did a back somersault. He got hit so hard, but he didn't. But whoever made the hit, and I think it was Sean. He didn't get to the tackle. The receiver at least put his hat in the right spot, even though he got ran over. His man couldn't make the play, and then Erdman, when he came through the crease that was created, not a big one, and he ran into the DB, he knocked the DB on his rear end and just kept running. And I don't think it was one of those three DBs I mentioned. I'm trying to think who it was, but that was an impressive play today. And the guys like it. The guys like it to go live. They like to tackle. They like to play football full speed. We just got to get the right amount of it before the first game.
You mentioned last year, kind of well after the fact of the Boise State game, they felt the team was a little mentally not quite as ready as they could have been for that. Is there a different feeling going into this year? I know it's not as hyped an opener, but just do you feel like this team's a little bit more kind of in control of it?
You know, we just gotta wait and see. I think they are, but you know, until you play, you just don't know for sure.
Is there
It
any
seems
sense-
like there's a right kind of approach. I think they're very businesslike right now.
Are you in game planning, implementation
Getting very
mode?
close. We'll do some scout work tomorrow. We'll start with some scout work tomorrow, so we'll be working on some game plan stuff tomorrow.
Mark, I think Kentucky went to the pool for some diving or swimming. Are you guys not doing that this weekend?
I don't know. They keep humming and singing that "Going to the Ramsey" song, and it's just not working, so. It's just, it hasn't been that hot, you know, it's been, and we need to get better.
Have one more?
I'll try this one. Lane Kiffin gave back his coach's vote. I don't know if you heard about that
I
after
read
that whole. Are you comfortable still, or with the whole coaches being part of the process, or are you kind of waiting for in 2 years when it's?
Well, all I know is what I do. I do my best. Do I watch all those games? I can't watch all those games. I watch highlights, and I kind of keep, you know, I'll read some line scores, and I do make my vote. I do vote. I do try to vote in a way where, you know, if everybody saw it, I could make some sense of it. Early in the year, it's just hard, you know. It's hard to really get a pretty good gauge, but I think I would agree with not having a poll until about game 5 or something. I think that would make sense. Because you know what I do when I start my poll is Claude gives me a composite, you know, however many people got a poll, he'll just grab them all and give me the consensus. 1 through 25, that's where I start. And then I just try to gauge it from there as we go.
Are you, the AP poll comes out tomorrow, are you aware of that? Are you eager to see
I
where?
knew it was coming soon, but, it'll be fun to see. Okay,
Thanks.